Welcome to the Malex Minute, ladies and gentlemen, starring the Markley Brothers as Malex, Linus, and the Snufflefungus.
Oh, brother.
Look at me, I'm dancing, Yay!
Hey everybody, Alex Markley here, hosting episode 16 of the Malex Minute. Today we have a very special guest on the air with us, Brian DeLay, the famous magician. There I go, seeing into the future again. Pardon me, folks. Brian DeLay is only somewhat famous, but with talent like his, that's sure to change. I'm very excited to have you here, Brian.
And I'm really excited to be here. I listen to the show regularly, and I've been really looking forward to meeting Snufflefungus and Linus. Where are they, anyway?
Well, they said they were going to the grocery store, but it's been a week and they haven't come back yet.
What? That doesn't really sound good.
Also, I'm a fugitive now. The big men with clubs have a premium service 100% money-back policy if they don't deliver the video of me getting my face bashed in.
You managed to escape?
Yeah, it was a long and deadly chase. You should have seen it.
Sounds pretty crazy.
So anyway, you ready for the interview?
Whenever you are.
Well, I gotta know what set you on the path to being a magician. Honestly, that's not the sort of thing you picture most kids aspiring to. Astronaut magician in space, perhaps, but the regular kind?
I don't know. I would imagine that levitation tricks might be a little boring in space.
True enough. So, you've convinced me that we need regular earthbound magicians. So, what inspired you to choose this largely untrodden path?
I have a lot of inspirations. When I was young, there was a lot of magicians on TV, and my parents took me to see Lance Burton live. That was pretty big. Also, when I was young, I didn't like being told that I couldn't do something. Magic gave me the opportunity to do things that normally couldn't be done.
What about your tricks? I mean, which trick is your current favorite?
I don't really have a favorite, but I do some of the tricks more than others. The ones that I do more often are Ghost Card, Levitations, Las Vegas Sleeper, and Coin and Soda.
Are you always on the lookout for new material, or are you pretty comfortable with your current repertoire?
I think new material is important. People need to see new magic, not necessarily new tricks, but new ways of performing the tricks, or we're going to get another one of those mass magicians revealing all our secrets.
Is that a problem? Does that happen often?
Well, I'm sure you remember about 10 years ago that guy came out revealing a bunch of the tricks. There was a lot of unhappy magicians.
Oh. Well, I don't remember that. I'll take your word for it, though. So, do you ever develop your own tricks from scratch? What can you tell us about that process?
I'm currently working on a few new tricks that I'm making from scratch that both will be used in little internet episodes that I'm trying to make. The process is a lot like trying to create a dance. First, you brainstorm ideas, then you produce them, then choreographing, and finally, the most painful part, magician observance, where you perform your trick in front of other magicians and they give their input.
So what about the people who are closest to you? Do they have the same sense of wonderment that your audience does, or are they more like, whatever, we've seen it all before?
My friends have learned to be on their guard because something magical can happen at any time, whether it's a pop can refilling or a dollar bill floating. They know to be ready at all times.
Nice. So, how do you find your gigs? I know from experience that it's hard enough finding gigs as a musician, and people generally get music. I can only imagine that it must be harder to sell a magic act.
Well, you're right about one thing. People don't get magic as much as music. So my process in getting gigs is a little difficult. Usually I try to amaze a waiter, waitress, or somebody who works at the restaurant by throwing them off guard with bending forks with my mind or floating a cup. From there, they usually can come talk to me, and we sit down and have a talk with the manager. You know where it goes from there.
Very nice. So, what would you say to the poor, unfortunate child who is actually sitting at home saying, gee, I think I'd like to get into magic?
Unfortunate?
Well, I didn't mean... I guess you know what I mean.
I guess. Anyway, I would say tell your parents to go to your local magic supplier. I know this sounds silly, but you might be surprised. There's usually one within an hour of where you live. Also, read as much as you can on magic. Last, save your allowance. This is an art. Art is expensive. The better the illusion, the more expensive it is.
Okay. So, what about a random personal fact?
Remember, everything I do is an illusion. Don't go trying any of my illusions that you see on your own. You may hurt yourself or your ego.
Okay, everybody, one more announcement before we close today. Brian DeLay, the shaman, magician extraordinaire, is joining the Malex Media Network as one of our newest artists.
Woot!
So for those of us who previously knew Brian as Ghost Magic, we've updated his screen name to reflect his performing alias.
If you want to see me, be sure to check out my blog for information on coming events. And for those who can't actually come out, look for upcoming episodes of my show that I'm going to be posting on the Malex Media Network site.
And when can we expect to see those?
Probably not anytime soon, but keep an eye out around early to mid-fall.
Oh, and don't forget to visit our site at malexmedia.net to see a short video of amazing tricks that we're going to be attaching to this episode.
What? Video?
Thanks for listening to the Malex Minute, ladies and gentlemen, and catch us next week and see if I've been caught and pummeled by the big men with clubs yet.
Today's episode is copyright 2006 by Alex Markley. This was a production of the Malex Media Network. Please visit us online at malexmedia.net. God bless and have a great day.